All right, and we are live. So who would like to offer the opening prayer?
I can.
So, oh, Amanda can.
Uh, Dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful for this day, and we're thankful that we were able to meet. And please bless that we can learn a lot from our assignments, and that we can get everything we need to accomplished. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, Philip, do you want to share the spiritual thought?
Sure.
Go for it.
What was it going to be? What was I thinking of last time? I guess so today in church, the thought kind of came to me in Sunday school and also sacrament meeting, just about like struggle. I think it was in a different class, but I had to watch a video about like businesses who are just wasting gobs amount of money, and like someone new came in and it's like, all right guys, it's taking us 6 months. They're building Navy ships for like World War II. Like, it's taking us 6 months to build one ship. We have people whose lives are on the line. They need these ships. Let's improve that. And by the end of the war, they were making one in less than a week. Just like same amount of materials and people and everything, but just to help out other people, they improved their processes like a stupid amount.
That's crazy.
And this was a BYUI talk, and so of course they related it to like as we go through like our lives, sometimes we wish we had superpowers. Think of what I could do with superpowers. And really, think of what you could do by planning out your day more, or more efficiently, by just making smarter choices, and just trying, just really thinking about it and working hard, and just that kind of goes into our spiritual growth as well. Oh man, if only I could talk to a prophet. You got the Holy Ghost, so prophets are needed and good, but study it out yourself, kind of stuff. You can do so much just with your own personal revelation. Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for sharing.
That's good.
All right. So let's go ahead and start this off. So number 3 says, with regard to key elements of the business model, what should CloudFlare keep/start doing with respect of the CVP, GTM, TOM, and CFF? And it says to create a table as a group that looks like this. I'm kind of started something. If I can share my screen for that one, if you guys want to, and we just kind of use that I'm creating it.
Yeah, that works.
Share screen. There we go. And this one. Yep, there we go. Share. All right, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just putting this together as we were talking. So it says describe the key elements of the CVP. Oh wait, I did this wrong. I need to add one more. Okay, that was stupid.
So we got customer value proposition.
There we go. So we got the CVP. That needed to be 5. All right. I'm going to get this one. Okay. There we go. So we got the CVP. What's the next one? GTM.
TOM and CFF.
TOM and CFF. All right. So the first box is describe the key components. Describe key elements. Next one.
Oh, sorry.
Keep or
Keep
start.
or start doing, and then organizational implications. Organizational implications.
All right. So in the CVP, describe key components. CVP being the
Customer value proposition, right? Yeah. Does everyone know what all the other ones mean? The acronyms?
no.
Yeah, neither do I.
Not right now.
Okay, I felt like I was like, what did I do wrong? All right, let's see. Let's go ahead. Is GTM. GTM is go-to-market strategy.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an action plan that specifies how the company will reach consumers.
Okay. All right. So we have go to market. What's Tom?
GOM. Let's see. Let's put it as an acronym. Oh no. Oh.
CFF has like 116 meanings apparently.
That's what I just noticed too.
Yeah.
Certified in financial forensic.
I don't see these in the case study. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah.
That's something he talked about, and
Was
then
the Oh yeah, let's check. Was the profit that video work for you all?
which one?
Yeah.
The profit formula video?
Oh, I didn't even watch that one.
Okay.
That worked out great for me.
Yeah, I was working and then I restart my computer now and then it wasn't working. So I was
That's
yeah.
not good.
But the case study talks about their profit formula anyway, so
Yeah, their profit formula is pretty out of whack. If it's really the way it is,
Like losing what, 3 million?
yeah,
yeah, 3.5 million.
3.05 million, 3.05 million.
CFF is the thing that's popping up the most often is cash flow something.
Cash flow formula.
Cash flow for financing, forecasting, not really a formula. Just cash flow factoring. I would guess forecasting.
Because in the next question it asks about cash flow formula.
Oh, yeah. That one just didn't pop up on my whole thing. So, cash flow formula.
And then let's see. Tom. I can't even find anything for Tom.
Tom's a jerk.
Tom's the owner of MySpace.
He's not the owner of
I know.
MySpace. Him and the owner of MySpace was like 05.
Was the owner of MySpace.
Yeah, didn't he sell it to Yahoo?
I don't know.
He sold it for like a couple million.
Couple billion. Didn't he get into the billions?
Oh, it did? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. MySpace sucks though.
Who uses MySpace anymore?
Yeah, I actually went on there about maybe 6 months ago for nostalgic reasons. Why did we ever use it? So goofy.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it didn't quite reach. It reached. He got it for 580 million. But anyways,
So what is EOM?
that's what I'm trying to still find.
Well, it could be target operating model. It could be time on the market. Let's see. I wonder if it has something to do with the model, because isn't that what a lot of this case study was
Yeah.
about?
What did you say? What was the one about the model?
Let's try a target operating model.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like the business model. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into those. So key elements. Describe key elements of the CVP.
Key elements of the CVP.
So it's the customer
The customer value proposition.
proposition. So that's talking about how much they're earning per customer.
So
How much they?
it's what they offer to their customers, like their value proposition.
Okay.
So
Like,
CloudFlare service could be enabled through a simple sign-in procedure that took less than 5 minutes, required no new hardware coding or change in hosting services. So it's very user-friendly. It doesn't take much for someone to actually just get in and start using Cloudflare.
So do we want to talk about what actually Cloudflare
free.
CVP is? So in
Key elements would be like user-friendly,
easy to use.
inexpensive. They have a free version.
So what?
the free
It's an easy
version
to use
helps
what
the
though?
people who pay.
What's that?
It's almost like a firewall, isn't it?
Yeah. A firewall that also boosts your loading time. But it also, like, anyone who has a free account, the more free accounts they have, the better it helps out the people who pay.
Okay. So is it keep or stop doing? I think that's kind of something keep or start doing.
I mean, keep their value proposition.
Yes, this keep.
They just need to figure out how to scale and spend less money on
Exactly.
engineering.
Spend less money and probably cut costs.
They could increase their percentage. What's that, conversion rate?
Oh yeah.
But that's the ultimate end goal. What do you do to reach that?
Yeah, so the next number 4 is going to talk. We have to do another kind of Excel sheet about their formula, their cash flow formula. So,
Okay.
all right. So organizational implications. This is their organization. This is how they in the market. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's good. All right, go to market.
Go to market. So the go to market, taking product to potential users. So I don't know if I missed it with the Sorry, my computer's making a funny sound.
Does anybody know much about their go-to market strategy?
That's what I was trying to find.
Is that just kind of like what they're doing for market? Like they said, word of mouth mostly.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
that
they
what you
spend
mean?
hardly any money in marketing, right?
Yeah, almost nothing.
Yeah, all their money's being spent pretty much on software
Yeah,
developers,
They
engineers.
said very little advertising and no. They said no sales team.
Yeah, I think that's something that needs to be added.
Yeah.
I would include a sales team.
A marketing and sales team.
Yeah. Okay, so organizational implications. If not done, hard to get new customers. All right. So the Tom, what did we figure that one was?
Target operating model.
Target operating model.
Mm-hmm.
So the target operating model is kind of a free-flowing. They kind of talk about their culture and how they don't have a set organization.
I'm trying to think target operating model, what all that entails.
That's what.
Does it mention target?
What's that?
Never mind.
Target
Figured.
operating model is a description of the desired state of the operating model of an organization. When working in the operating model, it is normal to define the as-is model and the to-be model. The target operating model is the to-be model.
Okay.
So what's their to-be?
Billionaires.
Billionaires.
Yeah.
Offer a cheaper,
Affordable.
cheap, and
Sounds like they also want to be widely used because that's what that's what they build a lot of their protection off of, is that a lot of people use them.
yeah.
They cared a lot more about the customer than they did like making money or anything. Because they always updated their systems and they overworked their employees just to make sure that their product was like the best out there.
Yeah, these it talks a ton about state-of-the-art technology.
I'm just putting together some of the stuff for the 26. Don't want it. 6.
So I think for the for the Tom, you need to
Oh yeah.
keep
Keep
an organizational implications.
offers a future for the.
They're definitely building a very high quality solution. So yeah, okay. They're spending 5.25 million a year in employees.
That's a lot.
Yeah, crazy.
This was just a kind of a guesstimate that they did because they didn't officially release these numbers. What's so I'm thinking of? Income. There we go. Is a negative 3.05 dollars. There you go. Okay, and this is something they need to. They have it set up, but they need to do it better.
Yeah, the company's gonna die. We'll go out of business.
Unless they get a lot more customers or raise their monthly rates to like 33, I think they're done.
So then, jumping into the next one, working as a group, take a closer look at the CloudFlare's cash flow formula. Suppose we have to hire more engineers in direct proportion to how we scale. How long will it take to become profitable? Use an actual spreadsheet and turn it in after the discussion.
So I have. Let me pull this. Stop.
Where are we supposed to turn it in at? It's not in the quiz.
Is it on the quiz?
No.
I assume just in our case analysis.
Well, the case analysis is technically supposed to be done before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
All right. Let me do this. Let me share this one. So I kind of started something here. So I have, this is what, so if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see the formula. The formula, only 4% of their 500,000 users are paying, and they're only paying $20 a month for 12 months, giving them that $4.8 million number. Traffic volume, they're estimating it right about 2.6 million just to, deal with the traffic, which I calculate out to be $5.2 $5.2 per user, which is 500,000. And then employees, they said they're in the 5.25 million, and then the current income estimate is that they're having a deficit of 300 or $3,050,000.
Yay.
So, let's see.
So now it says, suppose we have to hire more engineers in direct proportion to how we scale. How long will it take to become profitable? Use an actual spreadsheet and turn it in after the discussion. So I don't quite understand it in proportion to how we scale, because
So,
I guess we gotta see how they're scaling as a business.
let's see, business model. So let's say this. Let's say because they have 500,000 users, and they have 35 employees currently. Did it say specifically how many engineers they had though?
Yeah,
26, I
just
thought.
said,
yeah,
26.
I
oh,
thought
So
so.
yeah. They did say. I think Amanda's right. It is something right around there. So
500,000.
how long have they been a company? It was 2012, right? No, that's when crap hit the fan about employees
It
leaving.
was like 2009 or 2008, I think.
The team won, yeah, 2009. That's when they won that prize, the $25,000 prize. So we're talking from 2009 to 2012. I guess we could see how they've scaled in those past few years.
So basically, for every employee, they have 19,000 customers.
okay.
And and then if you scale it down to the paying customers, they have 20,000 paying customers, which is the 4% of 500,000. That puts you right at about basically just short of 7,500. No, yeah, 75. No, 750 paid customers per engineer.
Does that mean too? Because if you look at the last exhibit, it said something about how like enterprises pay like I think like 1,000,
Yeah,
and
so
is nobody doing that? Is that why
I'm not
those aren't
exactly.
included?
Let me check because I pulled the number from their cash flow. Here it is, profit formula. So it's on page 6. Page 6. It says CloudFlare's management did not disclose the company's financial statements, but its business model was fairly simple. To date, 95% of revenue came from paid subscriptions. Advertising on challenge pages accounted for for most of the rest. If 4% of 500,000 customers paid $20 per month subscription fee, um, CloudFlare's annual revenue run rate would be in the range of 4.8 million. Um, served server depreciation costs, hosting fees, and bandwidth expenses increased in close proportion to traffic volume. Prince estimated these costs to be about 3.5 million page views, or excuse me, $3.5 per million page views, or $2.6 million on an annual run rate basis. Assuming 2 billion daily page views, assuming 2 million daily page views. Most of the Cloudflare's remaining costs related to salaries and benefits plus rent and overhead expenses, e.g. legal and accounting fees. A rough rule of thumb at Silicon startups whose staffs consisted mostly of engineers and managers, rather than a large number of warehouse or customer support workers, may pay about $150,000 per head in salary, benefits, rent, and overhead. If the rule held for Cloudflare, which had 35 employees, when expenses would equal 5.25 million, total expenses would be 7.85 million, implying a 3.05 million annual loss at current scale.
Okay, yeah, so I understand that because I have the same numbers as that. I just wasn't sure if maybe if we, went towards the business and the enterprise, if we changed our own marketing thing or if we added that to our spreadsheet, if it would make a difference if they tried to target those people more.
Well, basically, what is it asking? It's asking work as a group, cash flow formula. Suppose that you have to hire more engineers in direct proportion how we scale. How long will it take to become profitable? Use an actual spreadsheet and turn in after the discussion. I want to say so.
It's pretty vague.
It really is.
I don't know. Do you guys agree? Or I feel like that's a little tricky to do.
I
You could figure out maybe at the rate right now. Well, I guess maybe that's all it's asking.
So yeah, maybe we just stick with your numbers and then try to add subscribers and see if that helps, or see if we add the conversion rate so it's more people.
So
because the ratio obviously has to adjust, right? It's gonna the customers per employee. If that's the ratio we're gonna use, they need to scale a ton if they're gonna hire more.
So let's say this. So we'll say here that they're going to set up a plan to raise this to, say, 7.5%. Right? So they're at 9 million. But with that, so let me do this. So we have 150,000 times, so it was, times 35 employees, which gives you that 5.2. So let's say
it's not showing your screen anymore.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
I pulled it.
So you said for conversion rate, you just moved it to 7.5. That's all you did.
So yeah, so I'm saying.
So yeah, that does jump. Okay.
So if you change it from just 3.5% of the people who are using the $20 paid subscribed service, so you move that up to 7.5. Traffic volume is obviously going to be higher, so we'll say that moves up to what, 4 million?
Yeah, if we keep the same ratios, it's about right.
So 4 million, and you're going to need what, another 10 employees? Let's say 8. So 43. They're at a lower deficit, but they're still losing money. They're still hemorrhaging money, basically. So we'll say we move this up to 8%. Move that to 4.5. And then this to straight out 45. Oh, that's doing worse. So we'll move this to 9 and leave this number the same. So if you can get it up to 9% with 45 employees, they could be making money.
That's still negative 450,000. Right?
Is it? Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll say this is at.
But what if we add subscribers? Is that going to make a difference? At least
Sure.
paying ones.
Yeah, it'll make a difference. Why don't we put subscribers at like 6 million? Because honestly,
Oh yeah, because they will probably be going up in subscribers
goes up
also.
a ton.
So we'll say they get up to what, 75,000?
Mm-hmm.
750,000 or
750,000, excuse me.
yeah? Are you talking about like just total subscribers or paying subscribers?
No, total subscribers, and then 9% of that. Well, then let's move this back down to 7.5. So if they get down to 7.5, I'll change this back to 45 employees. So if they can reach a total of 750,000 subscribers at 7.5% of them paying the $20 monthly fee, leave their traffic or boost their traffic by, actually this probably will have to go, we'll change the traffic to 5 million. $5 million for traffic, and then employees at 45, they could be essentially making 1.75 million or 1.75 million. Say that takes 10 employees. That'll probably take what,
The
6
thing
months?
is, I don't see why they need to hire much more. They just need to put some more money into sales, maybe hire like a little bit of a sales force. With the sales force, they could double what they're at. Even with one sales rep, they could double what they're at.
Increase their conversion rate.
And they'd increase their conversion rate. So I don't
Well,
even know if it's a matter
I think they do need some more employees because they do need a sales team. And then I forget, there was one of the Davids was saying he was overworked. So clearly they're going to need to hire. They're trying to hire another person there too.
Yeah, they were trying to.
It's some middle management.
But this is
they
what
should
it was
also
saying.
outsource their software development.
So the thing that it's kind of leaving it at is that they're hiring more engineers.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't kind of leave any room for anything else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if they're just going straight engineers, I think if they boost their users by 50% like we're doing, and then I think within 6 months they can do this. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you hire 2 per month. You're hiring between 2 and 3 each month for 6 months. You're hiring between 1 and 2 each month. And yeah, I think that's a solid number right there.
Okay.
Estimated time to there we go. All right. So, why does CloudFlare management want to get big fast? What benefits does CloudFlare? Let me pull this. What does CloudFlare receive from scale? Does CloudFlare have economies of scale? Marginal cost is decreased with increase in customers. Explain your answer.
Which one increases more? So when they get more customers, they're going to get more subscribers with their conversion rate.
What it's saying
they also
is
have to hire more.
No, so what this one's saying is economies of scale in this situation is talking about by having more customers, their costs go down. Kind of like when you go buy in bulk. when you buy in bulk, things end up being cheaper. So I go to Walmart and I buy one Hot Pocket at $1. But if I go to Costco and I buy the 20 pack, they're going to cost me 75 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what economy of scale is kind of talking about. So it's saying is as they receive more of those subscribers, are their costs going to start going down? I didn't see him talk really anything about that. I don't know if I missed that.
Well, their cost per employee would go down if they stay at the same amount of employees. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, the rate, you know.
So yeah, if the way we were doing it, they do have economies of scale because the scale there is they're boosting, what? They're boosting 50% in what's it called? They're boosting 50% in customers, but in let's see, 35 10 divided by 35. No, 10 divided by 35. And so they're only raising staff by 20, 30%. So yeah, essentially there is economy of scale.
Okay.
Because you're raising we raised it by 50% the amount of subscribers, but we didn't raise it by 50% of employees. It's only 28%. So
Gotcha.
yeah, in that situation, they are having economies of scale. All right, next part of that question. Does Cloudflare have network effects? The value of service increases for each customer when there are more customers using it. They said that it does that in the case study, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
did.
When they get more customers, they get more data and more chances to catch, hackers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the more customers they have, the better their product gets. Their software gets smarter. They see more patterns.
All right. Does Cloudflare have high switching costs? Will it be costly or painful for customers to switch to competitor if they're such competitor out there? They talked about that they're doing this for small companies because other companies are so much more expensive.
Yeah, they don't have any hardware you have to install. It's easy software.
Yeah, it's like single-click sign-in.
Yeah.
Ready to rock.
Unless like you're dropping a contract with another company that they charge you for that, that's not caused by Cloudflare. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's very low switching costs.
Yeah.
They don't have any sign-up fees, do they? I don't remember.
There's no sign-up fees. You just pay
Monthly.
You pay monthly per package.
Yeah.
But there is a free version. Obviously, you don't get everything, but
yeah,
you can test it out.
All right.
All right. What other reasons might Cloudflare management have for waiting to get big fast? Because
wanting to get big.
What other reason might Cloudflare management have for wanting to get big fast? The bigger you get, or the bigger you get, the more money you're going to earn. Obviously, kind of with the estimations, they're at an awful deficit, and need to get that number up.
And their product just becomes better. Again,
Yeah.
They get more information at the hackers.
What reason might you suggest not growing so fast? Not being able to support it. I think
their employees
they're a technological company. Computers can only do so much, and if they start getting too much traffic, it could put them down and put all of their customers in jeopardy.
Okay. Discuss each of the recent resignations for each one, list the reasons why they left, then ask what would you change for that person to have stayed. Alright, so the Recent resignations we've got. The first one is, I think his name is David. I'm trying to look.
Yeah, the first one.
Dale.
Well, yeah, Dale.
Dale left essentially because he was outworked, or he was overworked. He was on call. They were trying to get a third guy, and the other guy they couldn't get a third guy in his department, so they would switch off weeks being 24/7
Oh yeah.
on the call. He just got run ragged and couldn't handle it anymore and left.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the only thing is that they should have hired someone quicker for him. I think that's really all he could have done.
For David. What's that? Go ahead.
Just real quick, we talked about having 35 employees for this many people. It sounds like they need more than 35 per customer or whatever it is. I wonder if that would affect their economies of scale too much. It's a crappy situation.
I think in the situation they have 35 for 500,000 people at 700 or at 500,000. There's 500,000 customers and 35 employees, so that's 20,000 per. Essentially 20,000. So then if you take the number we have now, so let's see. So you have 750,000 divided by the 45. It's dropping your numbers drastically. It's down to 16,000 per employee.
That's good.
So I think you're starting to drop your numbers that way.
All right.
All right. So the next one was David Conrad.
He was just irritated with the lack of organizational structure.
Yeah.
He wanted some structure with HR, and whatnot.
Because who do you go to in a situation where where can you turn if you have a question or if you need something taken care of? You have no one to turn to. There's no organization. That would frustrate the crap out of me.
Yeah, especially because they're at 35 employees. That's quite a bit. I mean, at my company here in the U.S., we're only we're only 4 employees, so that you don't need structure yet. But we're seeing that even once we get to 6 or 7 employees, we'll need some more structure.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine me at 35 employees without a few policies and structure in place.
Yeah.
All right, and then it says the next resignation is another David. He resigns in July. Fast-paced startup.
They were saying he didn't really have enough time for family. He had to also work all the time, and a lot of the other employees didn't have families. So that was one of his issues. And then they said something about monetization. I can't even say
monetization.
That's the one. Thank you. And they said that it wasn't going as fast as he had wanted it to, so he wasn't satisfied with his work.
Yeah, he wasn't getting enough satisfaction. That also comes down to structure and hiring good people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next one says 2 last employees resigned past 2 months. One is one of the early hires and deeply involved in developing the company's key systems. Employee is a brilliant jack of all trades, engineer.
He left for 2 months on a sabbatical.
Yeah, but he was also overworked.
He said, he says that I'm burned out. I'm going to quit. I don't want to quit. You're walking away from a lot. So basically, he takes a leave of absence, goes on a sabbatical.
And then for the last one, it's sorry.
Oh yeah. No, I was just saying. So basically, he gets paid vacation at this point. He got a sabbatical from work, so he's getting paid to go tour around Europe.
Awesome.
And the last one comes down to staffing issues again. So yeah, I think
They just need to hire more. They need to get middle management. And
yeah,
it's like this whole sticky note board is cool and everything, but it's a little hectic. It just sounds like it's not focused, and that would make me uncomfortable after a while. Beginning, it's great. You're covering a lot of bases, but after a while, your company loses direction.
Mhm. I thought too that they weren't open enough because it said that a lot of them like offered suggestions and said we need to do this, and the managers were like, yeah, no,
Or
like
cost
I feel
money.
like they needed to be like they just weren't really a team. It was more just kind of like whatever the managers wanted to do.
yeah, it wasn't. It was it had a good idea, but it definitely needed a little more structure. But then so comes down to group decision. Should Cloudflare implement more process and structure, hire VP hire VP of HR and start using titles? Yes or no? Slow down growth. Discuss what will happen to the company under the recommendations. I think they definitely need to start using titles and structure better. I don't think they need to slow growth. I think they need to expand their employee base.
I also would suggest titles and hierarchy, just because a lot of people use that to build their resume. If you
Exactly.
put down, oh, I worked for Cloudflare, like, oh, that's a really cool company. What did you do? I was a person. That's cool.
Yeah, I worked at Cloudflare. What did you do? Well, I was an engineer. Oh, so
Cool.
were you a leader? Or... No, I was just an engineer.
Yeah.
I was an engineer to a face for a hierarchy company.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
think
kind of one of the funny parts is the beginning. It talks about the founders and their different positions. What does it say? Anyways, it just refers to one as like a lead developer and the other one as something simple. They didn't have executive titles, which is fine in the beginning, but once you get to a certain point, it makes sense.
Yeah. Once you get past 10, 15 people, you got to start getting organized, getting direction. I love the teamwork mindset of it, and they shared a lot of ideas together, but they couldn't accomplish so many of them because they didn't have enough people and they didn't have direction. Anyways,
all right. So any last comments,
No.
concerns? All right. So I'll go ahead and stop this.